Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sin City for the second installment of the inaugural Demon Cup Series. Who's going to be big? Who's going to go full-blown Las Vegas mode here in prime time as these drivers are poised to tear up the nighttime once again? Good evening. I want to welcome all of our race fans live here on GRM. I am your host, Matt Metler, and alongside me tonight, coming back from last week, your in-race reporter and winner of the first race at Daytona, DJ Daniel. What's going on, my man? You tell me, hotshot. You had the hand, you had the plan last week, and you got it done. Can you repeat here tonight?
I'm gonna do everything I can. Just gotta have some luck.
You say you gotta have some luck on your side. How's that hot rod handling out there for you so far?
A little tight, but we can work with it.
Well, hey, man, want to wish you the best of luck out there on the racetrack. Stay safe out there, and Godspeed.
Yep, thank you.
That's going to be your in-race reporter as he gets set and ready to rock and roll tonight. And then, making his debut up here in the broadcast booth, Robert, welcome to GRN. How does it feel to be up here?
It's just something I've never experienced before, you know? It's a little bit different than being in the car, that's for sure.
It's a whole different experience up here. You got to love the view. And, of course, it's a box suite up here, so you have all the drink, food, and beverages. You can basically, within arm's reach. I would recommend not to eat the hot sausage, though. That could come back to haunt you, especially if this race goes long.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we take a look at tonight's race information here this evening? Let's go ahead and pull that up for you guys here tonight.
We can wait on you if you would like.
Once again, I want to thank everyone from joining us here live right on GRN, the official home of the Demon Truck Series. As we said, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the place. The weather is a little hot and spicy. 89 degrees, ambient air temperature, 44% relative humidity. A little bit of water in the air, especially for being out west. So hopefully these trucks are tuned properly, because that 44% humidity can actually rob some horsepower and make that air a little pusher or a little thicker to move through. So hopefully these trucks are tuned precisely. Overcast skies, that's going to keep the track temp down, and the wind, it's a non-factor, only 2 miles an hour. Track length right around that 93-degree mark. And again, want to thank everyone for being with us here right on GRN as we get set, ready to rock and roll here.
I think it's going to be an interesting factor that the, what's it called, about the moisture and the wind. It all plays a factor into the everything, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Weather is a really big factor here. And, you know, typically when you come out west, you know, especially, you know, this early in the year, it's still wintertime, you wouldn't think about the ambient air temperature being, you know, 93 degrees. But that's what we have upon us.
Yeah, it's almost like a hot summer day almost.
Yeah, pretty much here. As you see, everyone in the stands right now, they have some amazing malt beverages. I'd love to have one myself right now, but hey, we're on the clock. Can't do that. So we get ready to get set to go in qualifying here. Most of the drivers have locked in their times. Taking a look here at the qualifying results, looks like Mark Robeson, clocking in at that 31:01, is going to have the pole here tonight. Mike White's going to come up just a little bit short, a tenth off at a 31.02 in that 19 machine. DJ Daniel, you just talked about him at the top of the broadcast. You heard from him. Basically almost mirrors the same lap time at a 31.02. You actually have to look at iRacing timing and scoring to see the deciding factor there, and it was a DJ Daniel by a 100th of a second that gets him inside the top 3. As we get set now to go into race mode here tonight. You take a look at the starting grid here.
Okay, we're going to
Let's
lap
go ahead
18
and
here, boys. Lap
have our
18.
cameraman just clean that up a little bit. There we go.
Lap 18.
Starting on the pole here tonight, Mark Robinson with the 31.006. He's your pole sitter. Outside of him, it's going to be Mike White in the 19 machine. Residing in third, the 96 from Whitehead Racing. He's been hot. That is DJ the GOAT Daniel. Outside, road number 2, starting fourth, the 16 of Wesley Jeanette. In fifth, Hunter Bogdan
As soon as
from North Carolina. That 8 machine, he had a great run going last week. Let's see if he can carry that momentum this week as well. In sixth, Randy Schuler in the 31. Starting in that 8th place position, Cliff Corvo in the 9 ride. 7th belongs to Mike Sevenovsky.
and then, yeah, just go serve your 5 laps.
So we have some graphical errors here. The reviewers, so that way we can work with that. 9th belongs to Bill Hales in that 53 machine. And outside of him, Zofield Motorsports' own Chris Zofield in the 88. And he has been hot in both series since the season has kicked off. Kerry Cleaver is going to round out that 12th place position, while Jeff Lemire is going to roll off from 11th in the 25 machine. I don't know why they decided to flip-flop the graphics, but we're usually used to reading from left to right, not right to left here for that starting lineup, which definitely is playing the game with my eyes, I must say. Rest of the field gets ready to get set here, ready to rock and roll here this evening. Newcomers to the league here. How about Charles Whitehead?
Good luck, everyone.
Been in Cup for a long time, a veteran. Has a great racing presence, knows how to get around these racetracks, but he hasn't been in a truck, Gerard, I guess for Robert, for almost 2 years. So what do you think Charles Whitehead is going to face tonight out there on the racing surface?
It's going to be a tough decision on what he's going to have to deal with out there. I mean, he's got a lot of factors to counter into here. I would just hope you get it in gear and get going and get to the front,
Let's take a look at Charles Whitehead right there in that 18 machine. The field now set and rolling. At iRacing.com pace truck, the lights are out. That means they're getting ready to rock and roll here tonight for 125 miles here this evening. Again, inaugural season, so much on the line. The history book is wide open in this series. Who is going to seize the opportunity and ink their name here tonight when all is said and done? It's the calm before the storm right now. As we wait for that iRacing.com pace car or pace truck to pull off down pit road. 24 drivers set, ready to rock and roll. There's only one thing left to say. It's time to wet the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Strap Grandma in the poker table because it's time to get it on. From Sin City, Mark has the button and he is going to send it right off the get. And no surprise, DJ Daniel with him is they're going to tandem up. Look for them to get a great run here in the turn 22 complex. Oh, DJ has other stories. He is going for the lead right now.
Yeah, I must say, we got to keep an eye on that 96. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, DJ Daniel absolutely knows how to get around this place. The timing ticker up for you guys so you can watch along at home. Man, what a drive from the bottom. As Robinson tries to come up, but he can't clear because Bogdan is there with DJ to give him some help. Robinson trying to edge ahead of DJ, but he just cannot clear. DJ on the bottom screaming for someone to come up and give him a push. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. That, you know, when it comes to these tracks, you want to have that nice push to get that run.
You know, you're talking about pushes. You know, obviously you needed to have a dance partner, a tango buddy last week at Daytona. You know, but in these trucks, I mean, even at these mile and a half, you got to have someone to help you, especially when you need that little burst of momentum. And that's exactly what we're seeing out here. Really fast lap of the race. Leslie in that 16 machine won a 30.98. The fastest lap in town right now is DJ with Marker putting on a clinic. He's having a slugfest, battling out in the trenches, and we're only 4 laps into this thing. You know, Robert, I got to ask you, if you're DJ Daniel, let's say you're piloting that 16 machine, you know, what are you going to do inside that truck to not only help your own race, but help the guy you're pushing to the front?
That's a hard call for me. You know, I just when we get in that draft, like he's right behind the 16, might as well just roll right with him. You know, being dance partner in a couple races, you need a teammate to get you there. So you work together and try your best.
Try your best. Obviously, if you have some chemistry with that driver, that helps tremendously. We see now the 16 is going to take it to the house. He carries the torch for the first time tonight, up 3 spots from where he started. But there's DJ working on the high side of the racetrack. Mark Robinson. I'm sorry about that. Looks to keep him honest, though, as he is Hunter Bogdan inside the top 5 as well, up 1 position from where he started. Watch for that 8 truck to be good on the long runs. Is DJ Daniel looking like the Intimidator, the man in black, just lurking, stalking the back of that 16, trying to near drive and make a mistake. Look how close DJ is as he's literally made contact with him off the corner.
You know, I'm starting to feel that he's faster on the outside. That's why we keep seeing him try to go out there and try to get that moving.
Yeah, that's a great point you bring up there. I think bring up the weather conditions here once again. You know, I think with that ambient air temperature just about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, as this track rubbers up and being as hot as it is, I think we're really going to see that outside lane come into play. Right now, on those fresh Dr. Feelgoods, those Goodyear Eagles, everyone can eat on the bottom. That's going to be obviously the fastest way around this racetrack is the bottom line. But as Larry Mack would like to say, the high side is going to come in. Oh, as DJ now thinks about going for the lead, he's going to swing it outright. He just doesn't have a dance partner, to your point, Robert.
Yeah, no, he needs somebody right behind him to help him get that push. He definitely needs that help.
So now DJ's going to slide into that position. Look who is creeping up into the picture. Mike Sebanovsky in that 24 machine. He is going to challenge. DJ got loose there, side by side, door to door. All for 4 coming down to the start-finish line. Who is going to have second place this lap? Oh, they just about touched. It looked like the finish of the 2007 Daytona 500. Harvick and Mark Martin would give the spot to Sebanovsky, who was up 5 spots from where he started. He's on the charge right now.
He had the second place position when they crossed the line.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And thank God we have electronic timing and scoring. I'd hate to be the guy, you know, to make that call.
Yeah, that was really quick. I don't think you could put a newspaper in between that one.
You probably couldn't fit a piece of paper in, you know, decide the distance. You know, now working lap 11 here. We're going to start, I think, to see, again, I didn't get any hot laps out there, so I don't know what the total fall off is like. But it seems like, you know, there's some drivers here encouraging goers, as we say. You know, Semenovsky seems to be doing a really good job of managing his equipment, and especially those Goodyear Egos early on. As he continues to get faster, well, it appears that some of his other drivers inside the top 5 have already plateaued. So we're seeing now starting to put Wesley in that 16 in the pressure cooker as he starts to close in on the tailgate of that 16. No, I got an idea. What do you say to go on board with Simonovsky? The onboard camera is he is in second place, currently trying to reel in that 16 machine. With a whole different view of just how fast the lap times are is now. Looks like Will Hales is going to challenge on the outside. As we go to the GoPro camera, there's the 15. He is going to take the spot. Look at the boogity, up to the front. He's going to clear the spot. No, don't count out DJ. He's getting that high line working, and he's got Bogdan with him. Top shot for Mama Hides the cookie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can't even count out the 53 either. I mean, he's pretty quick too.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys showed a lot of speed right now. I know this is a brand new league. It's inaugural season. But I really think Bryson and Chris did a great job on the junior side, getting really good drivers that have a lot of league experience. Some of these guys also have competed in Ghost. So, you know, these guys, well, it's a new series. They are no slouch. They know how to get the job done. They have what it takes. And that's why you see that field so tight in qualifying, is because, you know, this is a tight group of individuals that really know how to get up there on the wheel and get after it. Now, speaking of getting after it, Wesley now starting to just check out a little bit. He almost has a 0.6 of a second lead now over that 53 machine. You know, top 5 as they run right now. The 16, the 53 Blue Hales, PJ Daniel in that 3rd place position. Bogdan resides in the 4th. Semenovsky up 2 spots. That's your top 5. Mike White in that 19 ride currently resides just outside the top 5 in 6th. Mark Morrison, remember, he started closer to the front of this piece when we started. He's fallen back a little bit. He slid 6 spots in that 2nd place position. Randy Shooter in the 31. He currently runs a 9th. Charles Whitehead, hello. Charles Whitehead is up 10 spots. Biggest mover of the race. Are you serious right now?
That's interesting.
My broadcast partner is so shocked. He doesn't know what to say.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. That's a different side of Charles that I haven't seen in a long time.
Well, he told us, you know, in pre-race, he had something for these guys. He said it's been 2 years, but he said, I got this feeling tonight in Sin City. It's all about gambling, go big or go home. He said, no one does that better than I do. Oh, as we have our first caution flag of the evening. Trouble on lap 19.
I'm not seeing where.
I'm not seeing any type of indication here.
It's a stage caution.
DJ
there you
Daniel,
go.
thank you for coming in. There is our in-race reporter. Got to check my notes here.
It would help if we knew when the stages were.
Well, we do. Just the secretary perhaps wrote them down wrong for us. As it's showing here on my notes, lap 25.
That's interesting.
Adapt in real time. As this field slows down now for our first stage break. DJ, you got some laps under your belt. You were challenging up there as everyone turns pit road into the hottest place in the facility. What was the track like? How's your truck?
Tight, exactly what I don't want it to be. I need to be more aggressive.
Well, hey, you were putting on a clinic up there, buddy. You made it fun, side-by-side racing. Anything you can do with the way you drive that, the way you attack this racetrack to help with that condition?
You can run the first seam. It usually keeps the truck kind of loose, but you gotta have track position to do that. The lead's the best place to be.
Well, you heard DJ Daniel. Out front is where he wants to be, and look for him to fight hard to stay there. As all of the leaders right now coming off of pit road, as it looks like the 16 of Leslie is going to retain the lead here. Mike White's going to come off second in that second place position. Ooh, the 53 got a great stop there. So he's going to come out in third. Bogdan currently in fourth, and DJ Daniel currently in fifth. That's the top five as they run right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first caution stage break of the evening. We're going to step aside, but don't worry. You guys aren't going to miss anything as we go all-out coverage here in primetime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on GRN. Race fans, welcome back to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. The place, the Speedway, 1.5 miles of high-octane, high-flying, high-stakes action here tonight. As we've just completed pit stops under our first stage break of the evening. Field racked and stacked once again. But iRacing.com pace truck continues to show the way. Pace truck pulls off. That's going to give Leslie the button once again into the Geico restart zone, and he is going to push it through the floorboards once again. And look at the restart by the 16. He catches a couple guys on the snooze button as he walks them about through the four car lengths. What an amazing restart by the 16. Climb up through the gearbox once again. The demons are screaming now, and I'm talking about those V8s, of course, under the hood. This Las Vegas Motor Speedway covering lap 23 of 70. And Robert, ooh, the 19 there, looked like he got a little loose. Now he's falling back through the field just a little bit.
Yeah, something
now you
should
see.
have that car about dialed in right about now.
Sometimes when you get a heat cycle on those tires, or you get some fresh Goodyear Eagles on that truck, you're not up to temperature. The drag temp, maybe an air temp out there, it's a little spicy. It's almost 90. That overcast sky is really limiting, how much heat is getting put in that racetrack. And I think he maybe just got a little too aggressive there with the loud pedal. As we continue to watch, continue to just hemorrhage positions now. This is just inside the top 15 now in that 14th place position. That just goes to show you how big and how key momentum here is, even at these mile-and-a-half speedways. He has to crank the throttle a little bit, chase it up the hill, and he now finds himself just inside the top 15.
Don't count out DJ either. He's right behind the leader again.
Yeah, going back up to the front. And Robert said, the man on the move. If there was a Mr. Excitement in this series, it just might be DJ Daniel, as he has put it back to kill inside of that Ford F-150. As he is hunting, look at him lurking. He's trying to fake him out. He goes low, takes it all the way down to the flat, almost took the Dale Earnhardt line, went for the passing grass. Opens the door, but here comes Bogdan. As he looks to slide in and take the spot from DJ, and he does. Bogdan once more, he takes him down to the flatlands in the corner. Robert, do you see that move?
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
You say it was interesting. How so?
I don't know, I didn't think it was gonna work.
I didn't think it was going to work either. But hey, that's why we're up here in the broadcast booth, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we wouldn't make the qualifications for this race if we didn't think that was going to work.
DJ Daniel probably needs to tear off for his race after that one. As now he gets it back in gear once again. He's hitting hard on the inside, gripping the bottom. As now he looks to team up here with Bogdan on the bottom. Almost like a clip out of the Daytona race last year.
Don't blink, you might miss it.
Yep, 2 by 2 at the point. You can pitch a 10 over these guys inside the top 5. And right on cue, back in fifth, here comes that 24 Camping World Chevrolet Silverado being piloted by Mike Semenovsky. It seems like the longer he runs, the better that truck gets. As he's on the outside of DJ Daniel, now looking for that 4th place position.
And we're coming up on lap traffic now, so this is going to be interesting on how they get around it.
Well, that's a great point here. These leaders are going to have to deal with lap traffic here for the first time here at this event. We'll go ahead and get Jimmy Eggenfelder here to go ahead and ride him out. Let's go to the blue field in a second. This lap traffic is coming. So now working lap 30 of 70. When you're racing this good out there on the racetrack, laps go by really fast in a hurry. Where did they go?
Sometimes you don't know. You just got to keep up with it and try to keep your eyes on the prize.
That's right. Keep the eyes on the prize, the trophy, the payday. All on the minds of these drivers right now as we go up top side to the Goodyear blend. Focusing on the 24 Simonowski once again. So keeping that way back here as we start to get into the stage runs. Another man making some noise there on the high side of the racetrack. I think that's the Godfather. Chris Papa, there he is. Will he be a factor in this before it is over? I think the answer to that question is yes. Robert, he is up 14 positions from where he started. Caution on the racetrack. Kerry Cleaver has bit the farm. What happened to Cleaver? To go back here to the GRN instant replay. We're going to slow this down just a little bit.
Is this the stage?
Kind of looks like the 19 got into the 10 there.
Yeah, it certainly does. So let's try to reload this replay here once again.
10-4, this is the stage end here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The 19 got into the 10. Collateral damage as it's a 1-2 whack-a-mole. And oh, my God, the 64 gets hooked head on into the catch fence and absolutely defaces the number 64. Well, we're caution-free. We're bound for something to go wrong out there on the racetrack. You know, that's just statistics. That's typically what happens. And my goodness. Yeah, he's just going to leave the front clip right there. His day potentially done here. As the first caution of the evening now falls upon the Speedway. As we go back now to the live action. Well, Robert, what do you do here? Pit road, just like you're watching Chris Papa right now. I think that's a great call. That 1-3 speed machine. Consistently moving his way methodically to the front. Chris Papa, another one of those veteran race car drivers. Competes in just about every single NASCAR series. Big fan of on the dirt side as well. He knows how to ride the cushion, but that's for another time. We're on the asphalt here tonight. And it looks like Papa's going to slide in just behind DJ Daniel, who's currently in that 7th place position. Mike Semenovsky was able to get the spot right before that caution flag came out. Go for the top 10 here once again. Before we get ready to set and rock and roll here one more time. Hunter Bogdan, your leader, in the 8, feeling great right now. The 16 of Wesley, he resides in 2nd. The 53, Bill Hales, in 3rd. Currently running in 4th, up 10 spots. That's Gary W. Smith. Justin Potts, I know you want to jump in the broadcast booth, buddy. I will do the best I can to get to you before the coverage is cut here tonight. Having a great run again, up 13 spots from where he started. Rounds out the top 5. And let's throw some shade at Mike Semenovsky, who's currently in that 6th place position. DJ Daniel, Chris Papa, Mark Robinson, and Randy Schuler rounds out the top 10. As we get set to go back to green flag action one more time here in Sin City. So, Robert, tell me, first time up in the booth, what do you think so far? You having a good time up here?
Oh yeah, it's like having the bird eye view on the whole ordeal. You know what I mean?
Tell you what happens after the broadcast?
What happens?
Oh, it's one of those things you're just going to have to sit around and find out. Don't worry.
Oh.
It'll all be fine. It doesn't involve DJ Daniel or Charles Whitehead. There's the good part.
Oh. I mean, DJ Daniel's my team owner in the Cup Series, so,
Yeah,
anytime I'm around him, it's a good time.
Except when you're at the racetrack, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because usually he's one of the guys that's doing all the winning. But Bogdan has other plans. He's got his 8 right where he wants it tonight. As we get deep into this race here. Corvo resides in that 21st place position. Spiker in the 10 has been almost, I don't want to say a non-factor, but has had issues here tonight. Some of the, the drivers, competitors that we had at Daytona that were up near the front just haven't had the opportunity, to showcase some speed here tonight yet. But then again, it's not over until that checkered flag flies. As we found out again last week, didn't we, Robert?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you think here, buddy? You want to take us back to green?
I'll let you do that. I'm not ready for it.
Hey, not a problem, man. Hey, when it feels right, just let it fly.
Yeah, man.
All right, here we go. race truck's going to make that hard turn off. Bogdan, don't bog him down on the inside. Looks to have a good restart here in the Geico restart zone, and he is off. Brilliant restart by the 8. He is going to get away as they are 2 by 2 behind him. It's a Noah's Ark situation. As here come Hales in that 53. Gets a great run with some support on the bottom. W. Smith in that 3rd place position. He's on the move. He's got 11. He's up 11 spots right now. Weber can lap 37 up 7. Oh, they touch!
Yeah, 16 and the 3 just banged doors a little bit.
Oh, they did. They certainly reached out and slapped him 75 miles an hour. That could have been disastrous. Starting to go wide. Right around that 38 machine, Justin Potts trying to get that outside lane going.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but I think that outside is going to come in at some point in this race.
Yeah, it has to. I mean, especially given conditions. But the one thing that really prevented from coming in, the fact that we're only running 70 laps per lap. So if I can get any, that outside lane, that can probably absolutely have a odd order. Watching that duke it out for the lead. That signal is not just holding it there and stopping in one spot. He's having to drive that car all the way to the This is a foot position on the racetrack going up against Hales. Who's getting the spot right there. He had some help as we widen out here. There's a lot of times, Robert, you got to have some help if you want to make these passes. And once again, it looks like he did have some help. 16 right back up there, playing a role in this race once again. I think Robert went over to the hot dog stand.
Dude. I had to make sure I got a hot dog with some chili on it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You want to leave your mark in that hauler before you get out of there. I completely understand.
Or it's just a free exit.
Or it's a get out of jail free card. Whatever you prefer.
Whatever you want it to be.
Whatever late night magic you want to serve up, I got you, buddy. These guys are serving up some epic performances here once again. And look at the 16, Wesley. He just yanks on that wheel. He's got so much confidence, it's going to stick and go exactly where he wants. That's a driver that's very confident. He just threaded it in there and set it on the bottom. And he said, Wesley, if you can do it, I can do it too. As he is now closing in on Hales and Wesley. Here comes Daniel. Takes it all the way down to the grass once again. Remember, guys at home, that is not racing surface. That is flat. So that's coming off of a 27-degree banking. Then it turns into a parking lot. You know, these trucks, you know, they make their aerodynamics by being struck to the ground or slammed to the deck as much as possible. So when you hit that transition, right, Robert, that upsets the balance, the suspension. It really gets squirrely in there, and you see him being able to do it again. It just makes it look so easy to do that.
Yeah, it almost feels like a speed bump when you're coming off of the banking and hitting that flat spot.
You know, my friend once said it felt like going camping and hitting a tree stump, and I was just kind of looked at him a little odd. I'm not kidding.
Sounds like a character. I need to hang around that guy.
I said a tree stump, huh? Yeah, tree stump. Oh, 3 wide racing at the front. Yeah, I thought, you might like that. A lot of people have asked that question. I've never heard of tree stump. I've heard some other things that we can talk about after the broadcast is said and done. But again, it is action-packed, hot and heavy here at the front of this. Chris Papa continues to charge forward, coming into your screen now, just behind the 2x2 action. There he is, once again, the speed machine. Well, he definitely has the speed. Now he's just looking for the one, and that is going to be if he can get the W, but he's got to carry the torch. He has to he's got to take it from Hales. And he is fighting. Oh, we got a little loose right there. You see that?
Good stuff. He kept it going.
A lot of these drivers, they are master at the same time. It gets bent out of shape. Papa just gets up on that wheel, gets it pointed back straight. This is one. Take a look here at the time delta as well. We follow Chris Papa's progress through the field. Just see it. Listen here, the gap, into the distance. It's just these guys, one lap at a time, because we are now just 22 laps to go. Robert, who's your pick? Who's going to get this one done?
That's a great question. I'd say it's either going to be DJ, Chris Papa, or what is it? Wesley is out front right now.
He currently resides in that second place position. He's in the DIYsim.com 16 Craftsman Journalist. Your leader, all hail Hayes. Bill in the 53 Exalta machine. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Jeff Gordon's paint scheme. A little bit of Blue and Byron in there as well. So 20 laps to go. Are you out there saving tire, or are you giving it everything you got?
Right now it's a little bit early. Well, maybe not. I mean, you can turn up the heat now if you wanted to. It's only 20 laps to go.
Speaking of turning up the heat over the long run, work crew is climbing back through the field once again. It's White Lightning, Charles Whitehead in the 18.
I was watching him in P10, coming up through P7, and I mean he's doing a really good show tonight.
He is. He's got to be smiling in there, having a blast. I wish we had some radio communication because I know he's got to be having some fun inside the top 10 in that 7th place position. What do you say we go on board? Let's see how Charles gets around this 1.5-mile facility. Nice and smooth, that's what you want. Goes past the start and finish line and goes just about a half of gets a little loose there on entry. You hear him working the throttle, he is getting every bit of that machine right now. Hey, heck of a job by Charles White. They see he's having a great run. Something we haven't talked about. He was up here near the front battling, in this first stage. The driver of that 24 machine, Mike Semenovsky. That Camping World sponsor. Chevrolet Silverado. He is now back in this position, Robert, outside of the top 10. I don't know if maybe something's changed with the balance of the truck or if he's just kind of stuck back there in traffic.
I mean, I've been watching him a little bit. It seems like he's a little bit stuck at the moment. I can see him making his way back to the front. I don't know if he'll get all the way out there.
Yeah, there's another driver there that's really good over the long run. Oh, there's the 38 Bots.
He looked like he was getting loose there for a second.
Oh, he got squirrely. He almost unleashed full-blown Saturday Night Drift mode. If that back of that truck stepped out a little bit more, that would have been a deer in the headlights moment for sure out of the 38 car. How about we take a look at the HMFIC of the league in that 47? You know who I'm talking about. Not Bryce, not the broadcaster. Bryson. Just outside of the top 10 in 11th. You know, Robert, he's made a little bit of ground. He started back in that 13th place position. Currently resides in 11th. You know, looking at his lap times, you know, last time by here in 32.62. So he's about 5/10 off of what the leaders are running. But that seems to be the story right now, you know, for a lot of these drivers that are, you know, 6, 7, 8 minutes on back. Robinson, you know, 32.49. Sophie, 88. We've seen him up front over the course of this season, multiple series. You know, just 1/10 off of him. You know, so we're talking, you know, just tenths or, you know, or hundreds of seconds in some of these cases. The difference in these lap times is someone just sent a howitzer on the outside of the racetrack. Did you see that?
I did not. I was looking at our leader right at the moment, but it seems like we're going through a pit cycle.
Yep, that's typically what happens when we go through the field and like to focus on somebody. You know, everyone wants to just, you know, throw a curveball at the broadcast, but hey, we embrace it because we got multiple cars on pit road right now, which tells me they did not have enough juice in the box to get him home. As we now go on board with DJ Daniel here, as he's going to take it down into his pit stop. We want to make sure, Robert, you get it down to that pit road speed before that commitment cone, because these timing lines, they come up quick, fast, and in a hurry. As he now is looking for his box, wants to get all 4 of those tires inside, doesn't want to go over. This is the money stop. You don't want any mistakes as he brings it down. Beautiful execution there by the 96.
Yeah, and another factor you don't want to count out is speeding. You want to make sure you don't go through the zone speeding or even on the whole pit. You know, you want to make sure you land it in the box the first time and get it in there right.
That's right. Stick it on the first time, 4 tires off, 4 new tires on, and off you go. And just like that, Daniel back underway. Taking a look there, battle for first. A lot of A-class personalities, A-class drivers in this series. A little sneak peek at some I rating behind the curtain, if you will. But Wesley continues to lead here. Now approaching just 10 laps to go. You still feeling confident with your pick there, Robert?
No, not at the moment, but we'll see how this all falls out. You know,
I admire your honesty. I really do. He's like, no, I'm not. No, don't.
I think I did say that Wesley is, you know, that's one of my picks. I'm feeling good about that one.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did he pick it? I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't know.
I'm just messing with you.
I wasn't paying attention.
Of course
I was
you
too
were.
busy
We were talking.
admiring. Yeah,
Wow.
we were talking and admiring the 96.
No, I know what you're admiring over there. They had a Miss America pageant here last night, and he happens to have one of the, Yep. You said ice cream. You were talking about eye candy. Okay, I got it, Robert. Now we're on the same page. No wonder why they gave you this crappy box over there. They gave you all the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm over here using a
I got-
1989 Sony, you know, barely color monitor here, and you're over there with the flat screens. You got the little drawing pen and everything else.
Oh, I'm a little bit more in tech than that. I got a curved monitor over here.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mr. Curve 4K. Mr. 4K. Yeah, I'm just going to call you that for the rest of the night. We continue to watch here, Bill Hales in that 53, currently in that second place position, but these laps continue to tick down as we're now out inside of 8 laps to go. the man on the mission, has a 1.30 second advantage. Wesley is on a collision course with victory lane here tonight. As long as we don't see the one game changer, and if it happens, if you see a yellow here, take that notebook in front of you, crumple it up, throw it out the window, because that would change the entire complexity of this race. Broadcaster's curse, please don't bite me and have a caution flag come out, because I'm sure Wesley would probably try and hunt me down after the race after he watched the broadcast. And that's fair, because the broadcaster's curse is a thing.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've been pulled into a broadcast mid-race and then something happened right after, you know?
Hold up. Did you just say you were pulled into a broadcast mid-race?
Yes, in other leagues.
I see. You know, this whole time, I thought I was the first.
Well, I'm the first. This is the first time I'm in the booth doing full-time coverage.
Okay, dude.
I was pulled in mid-race, you know?
You've restored my faith. Awesome.
Yes, sir. I told you, I'm not a natural at this.
You're doing pretty darn good, man.
Hey, I'm trying my best.
Hey, you're doing awesome. Really appreciate you up here with me. Even though you drank all the sodas, all the Heineken, Miller Lite. But hey, you got to have it.
Don't forget about the energy juices too.
Yep, he is a loaded gun, people. Robert, he's going to hit the town. He's probably going to go home. Couple extra million in his pocket. Caesar's Palace tonight. That's where the broadcast crew is going. As Wesley tries to go to victory lane here in Sin City. Just 4 laps remaining. But Bill Hales, he is trying to close the gap. Last time by, he ran a 39 to Wesley's 57. This could get very interesting as the 53 closes in. But only 3 laps remaining. I don't know if that draft is going to be strong enough there, Robert.
I'm not sure either, but I'm watching that gap get smaller
Oh,
and
it's
smaller.
shrinking. It's shrinking. You know what it is? Bill Hales, he sees the target. He is up on the wheel, probably squeezing the daylights out of it, seeing red. Packing that 16 and taking a W away from him as he continues. Look at him send that truck in the corner. That back end is on the verge of stepping out. Hales once again a 31.49 that time by. He continues to close the distance. The only thing is popsicle sticks in the air. Only 2 laps to go. Final lap now for Wesley in that 16. He just has 1.45 miles to go now as they go through the turns 1 and 2 complex for the final time. He's going to drop the hammer down the backstretch. As he can now see turns 3 and 4. He's going to send it in on the bottom. Hales is not going to be able to make a move as he comes off a 4. Wesley in the 16. He is going to go high stakes, full-blown Las Vegas mode, and he takes it to the house here in Sin City tonight. What a win, what a drive by that 16 machine and crew. Wesley, you know he wanted that win, especially early on. But how about DJ Daniel, Bill Hales, coming up just a little bit short in that second and third place position. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from them momentarily. But Robert, how about the drive by the 16?
Oh yeah, it was fascinating watching him make those last few corners and trying to keep that big gap that he had.
You watch him burn the house down, and rightfully so, man. Blow that engine while you're at it, too. It doesn't matter now. Race is over. You know he's having fun right now. As he gets a... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go on board with him as he's burning the house down one more time. Oh, he's got it parked right up against the fence. Smoking the tires right off that DYISim.com machine. That's right. Take it in the grass. Do a little off-roading as well.
Try not to get stuck in the grass.
Yeah, I think he took it back to the pits.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Yeah, great job there as we wait for our drivers now to come up here into the broadcast waiting room here.
Hey, thanks everybody for the congrats. That was awesome race. Had a lot of fun up front there. We got
Currently look for our race top 3 finishers. We might have to go down there and join them here as we completed all laps scheduled in the books. Did not need overtime tonight. And perhaps they don't know I bet you they don't know we're up here in the Cup booth. That's probably what the problem is.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and get the golf cart up over here. Let's go run down, see if we can catch them here before they think we forgot about them. So, Robert, while we're getting them set ready to rock and roll, give me a recap. How was your first time up in the broadcast booth here tonight on GRN?
Oh, you know, it was fascinating being up here in the booth with you. I had a great time sitting here in the bird's eye view, trying to make the best calls in my mind on how to do the broadcast.
Hey, I think you did great here tonight, as I'm not seeing Wesley in the Discord. Check it. Oh, here we go. They figured it out. Let's bring up your winner here tonight. The winner from Sin City in the 16 drove the race of his lifetime. He scores a victory early in the inaugural Demon Cup Series. Wesley, congratulations. How does it feel to get that W here tonight in Las Vegas?
Man, it feels awesome. Feels awesome. I'm taking this one with me. This one ain't staying in Vegas, though. This is coming home with me.
That's right. You're taking that trophy home with you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Racing one of those guys up front there. Class act all. I mean, any of us could have won that. So just made a good pit decision there at the end and worked out.
You ain't kidding. I mean, that was some of the best racing for the lead that we've seen at quite some time. You guys put on a barn burner. Talk to me about that pit decision at the end. Was that something that you kind of strategized, before this race got going, or was that a gut instinct on the fly?
Yeah, I'd been thinking about it earlier. If it stayed green, that's what I was going to do, and it did. And rarely those things work out, the way you plan, but it actually fell the way I wanted it to there. So I didn't have to do much thinking because I'd already been thinking about that. So it was just all I had to worry about was driving, and the car drove really good on 2 tires. So,
it's funny. We were talking about at the top of the broadcast, we were wondering if the 2 tires would come into play here with a new tire model. And you know what you say, the man with the plan, gets the W in the end, and that was certainly you tonight. Congratulations. Talk to me about the momentum now. I mean, obviously, you got to win here early. That's going to change how you attack things moving forward here in the season. Are you going to stay hard on the gas pedal and just try to get as many trophies as you can this season?
Absolutely. That's the plan, while being respectful too. I don't want to, but it does take a lot of pressure off already having a win, and you can just go out and kind of race. And it seems like once you have one under your belt early, the more wins are a little easier to come by. Not necessarily, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of good racers in here, so if I end the season with 1 win, I'll be happy. So,
hey, a win is a win, and they can't take it from you. Before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 16 machine?
Thank you guys, for doing the broadcast. That's always fun. I like to go back and watch those, especially when I win. All the racers and the guys that put on the league for us, and of course my girlfriend here lets me race and doesn't give me any grief about it. My family's supportive, and that's about it.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner from Las Vegas here tonight. He goes up there and goes Las Vegas mode, high stakes all the way. Beautiful execution there at the end with a 2-tire call to get the podium, get the victory here. Once again, thank you for coming up in the booth and joining us. Robert, I'm going to let you go ahead and take your first interview here. He came up just a little bit short here tonight, but had one heck of a drive in the 53 machine. Bill Hales, Robert, he's all yours. Take it away, bud.
Oh no. Hey man, how did you feel about your car?
Oh man, the car was stuck, man. I'd run quite a few practice laps. I knew I wanted to stay on the bottom and keep that left front out of dirty air, and that's what I did most of the race. I worked my way from ninth up to second, eventually to first, and then that last pit stop, Wesley had the same plan. I was going to take right side tires, took the right side tires, came out first 5 or 6 laps. I was a little loose in his dirty air, but once the looseness went away, I was able to chase him down a little bit. But it was a great race, great win by Wesley.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, man, thank the wife. Her name's all over the car. We have 2 small companies, Melanie Hales Photography and M&H Construction, and everything you guys do on the streams, man, they're awesome. And also the League Demon Truck Series. I enjoy it, and hope we can make it grow. And it was an awesome race, at least from my standpoint. And the other guys that are in the waiting ring, we thought the front of the pack was wild. And the race was clean, and it should put on a good show.
Yeah, man, thank you for putting on a good performance out there.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, Bill, Matt, real quick before you take off there, man. You're absolutely right. You guys put on a clinic up front. You lit up prime time. I mean, that's about as good as you could possibly script it. Is there anything maybe you could have done differently there at the end? Or, in your opinion, did the best truck win?
He was a little bit better than me. The best truck won, I thought. The 2 tires was my plan to get out front. Once you got out front, it would give me a little bit of a head start. But, I mean, I was running him down, but I think the 96 was running me down. So, that was basically the top 3 trucks all night, and we raced around each other. Raced clean. Again, I thought it was a great show, at least from inside the truck it was.
Yeah, it was absolutely exhilarating up here in the booth once again as you guys put on an absolute thriller. He comes home just a little bit short. Up live in the booth, and again, want to thank Robert for completing his first ever interview ever live here on GRN. That is the one and only Bill Hales. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Robert, I guess that means we have just one person left to speak to here tonight. He's going to come home in that 3rd place position, and that is no one other than Mr. Excitement, driver of the 96, DJ Daniel. Welcome back to the booth consecutively for your 2nd week in a row. That was one heck of a race tonight.
Yeah, I gave it everything I had. Man, after that pit stop, I was about 5 seconds off of him, and I ran it down to 7/10. So I wish I had one more lap.
You were coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. We were watching you. We were trying to keep the coverage on the front to see if who was going to catch you, or all the different ways these races could break down if we would have got that late race caution. Is that really what you were banking on and hoping for there, was to see that yellow come out late?
I didn't really want a yellow. The truck was great. I had it on rails on the bottom. I needed another lap or 2.
All right, well, DJ means business. He didn't need the yellow. He really feels confident if that track or that race had a couple more miles in the tank, that he would have been able to get up there and get the job done. But unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't always go your way. But yet, another strong performance for you in this 96 team. Daytona is a much different racetrack than here, out west at Las Vegas. So clearly you've shown speed here at the plate tracks, and now on these cookie cutter tracks. Anything, do you think you're going to be able to carry this type of momentum and performances consistently all the way through the season?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly hope so, but lady luck can turn in a dime, so you never know what can happen.
Yeah, you know what? Spoken like a true veteran. You're absolutely right. It seems like sometimes you just show up at a racetrack and nothing goes your way, and that can turn quick, fast, and in a hurry. Before I cut you loose, Robert, anything for your 3rd place finisher here tonight, DJ?
Yeah, man, we were counting on you to give us a good performance, and you gave us everything you had. I think I've covered everything that I have.
Well, DJ, you know the drill. Before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank? Who helps you get it done on Team 96?
I got to thank all my family and friends who come out to watch these broadcasts, and especially you and Robert for putting these things on. And man, I'm just blessed to be able to run door to door with these guys every Tuesday. It's so clean. We never wrecked each other. It's such a blessing.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. And that's going to wrap up our driver interviews, as that wraps up the top 3 competitors. However, before we cut to post-race coverage, I believe Mr. Potts, if I remember from the top of the broadcast, wanted to go ahead and come up into the booth and have a conversation with us regarding last week's Daytona 500. What do you say, Robert? Let's see if we can find him here. Let's see if he's still in the Discord. I told him I would do everything I could to get him up here for an interview. And I'm just not seeing him. I want to give the Discord one more comb through here. And Robert, I am not seeing him. Are you seeing him by chance?
No, I'm not seeing him. I don't have all the chats for the
That's
truck
right.
league
Yeah,
either.
that's right. You don't.
No.
You don't have the keys to the city.
No, unfortunately.
All right. Well, Potts, if you're listening, I did make an attempt. I will do everything I can to give you another opportunity next weekend. Or next week. I'm sorry. Weekend. That's another place, another time. Is I'll be here parked in the infield all week long for iRacing coverage.
Matt, he's in there.
He's in there.
Yep.
I cannot see him.
Oh, I see him. He's in the waiting room for
Oh,
Cup.
well, perfect. Right where I can't see him. But let's go ahead and pull him in here. I'm glad he jumped up in there. I want to give him an opportunity. And here he is, driver of the 38. Justin, I told you I'd do everything I could to get you up in here. I got you up in the booth. Welcome. How you doing, man, after that run?
Doing pretty good. Truck got tight towards the end, but luckily finished with a P9, so I can't be too mad.
Not P9, and I mean, you had some great racing all over the racetrack tonight. You guys put on, a thriller and really showcased just how close and how exciting racing can be without, sending, trucks into the catch fence, after every drop of a restart or a green flag. It seemed like when you were back there, probably around that 9th, 10th place position, it was really hard to make your way forward. Is that how it felt to you out there as well?
Yeah, pretty much just obviously the pack going, and then after green flag pit stops, it was just rough because people were side by side. We couldn't line up and try to get towards the front, but obviously it is what it is. We'll move on, and Auto Club, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so, you mentioned Auto Club. Obviously, we're on our West Coast swing. Auto Club, one of the last great houses that Roger Penske built, came into the series in 1997, was supposed to be the next biggest, baddest thing in NASCAR, and strangely enough, as you know, last year raced its last race on that configuration. Do you look to carry, some momentum or do you look to take the things you learned from here? Can you apply that at a racetrack like Auto Club?
Definitely truck control, especially when it gets tight. Obviously, the track's wider. It's going to allow minimal mistakes, hopefully. But obviously more room to kind of squeeze by through everyone.
Yeah, you don't have the bank angle that you have here, but those turns are wide. That's a wide racing surface, and if you don't like where your truck's how your truck's performing in on the bottom, you have that second, third, and some people even might say a fifth groove up there against the wall. Especially if you're like Kyle Larson and really like to eat on the fence. But you're absolutely right. I want to thank you for coming up here in the booth. Before we cut you loose, anything else that you wanted to discuss?
Obviously last week at Daytona, obviously I was shocked with the P5. I was P18 coming to the white flag, and obviously everyone was just wrecking, and I was like, maybe, cause I had major damage, so I was like, P18, whatever. Then I see trucks wrecking turn 1 and 2, even on the back stretch, and I somehow ended up P5, barely beating my teammate of Gary Smith.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Your truck was damaged. It looked like someone threw a Volkswagen Beetle off the 9th floor of the parking garage. You know, it hit you while you're out there driving 190, 195 miles an hour. You know, that 5th place finish that you got. I mean, how were you able to navigate through that storm and put yourself in position to get that top 5?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I was just laying back, drafting behind someone, and then they checked up because they saw everyone wrecking. So I was like, just gonna manage my way through. And then once I saw teammate of Gary, I was like, I'm just gonna draft behind him. And then there was 2 trucks on the inside. They split. I went through, and me and Gary were just side by side coming to the line.
So the old parting of the Red Seas, and you saw the light and you went through it, and voila, top 5. I'll tell you what, Justin, you make it sound so easy and so calm, but I know when you're in it real time, it's anything but that. But
yes.
You know, glad you had an opportunity to come up here as well with us here in the GRN booth and talk about Daytona. You know, like they say, all good things must come to an end, and my producer is looking at me telling, we got to get off the air because Wheel of Fortune or something like that's got to come on. I'm not sure. But want to thank you, Justin, once again for coming up here tonight. Great run, and he looks to continue this early season performance that he's had next week at Auto Club. Again, that's driver of the 38, Justin C. Potts. Well, Robert, only one thing left to do here tonight. Again, want to thank everyone for joining us live here right on GRN. Come home to your high-flying, high-octane racing eSIM sports action 7 nights a week right here on GRN. Of course, like, share, subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell. You have it turned on the right YouTube channel. Now come home to the birthplace. Well, I should say birthplace, but your leader in eSIM racing action right here on Ghost Racing Network. And as my late, great broadcast partner used to say, ladies and gentlemen, as you walk down the road of life tonight, do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time right here